About 500 room nights. The functions that we do, we pay the players about $2.5 million while they're here, income that they'll earn while they're here. We host a week-long of events. There'll be a national broadcast on Versus that should reach over 300,000 or more fans. We're anticipating as many as 500,000. So the media impact of the media coverage that you're going to get during that week, I think it's probably a relatively low number. But we only count just the actual dollars that we're spending in the market. But again, as you assess the impact of it, I think it'll be much stronger. We'll also include tourism ads of your city during our broadcast. We produce our games ourselves, so we're able to do that. So during the time that you'll see commercials, you'll see things promoting the city as well from Dave's office and from the tourism board. Attendance was about 18,000, which for us was pretty good for our first year when you consider that we hadn't been in the markets with the teams. We were staying out in Arizona and flying in for the games. We had our first overtime game. Coincidentally, shortly after that, the NFL talked about changing its overtime rules, so I think it had some impact. It was an exciting game. It was a team that came from behind, much like your team has done in all 3 games that it's won. So it was exciting, and it was successful from that standpoint. And so I think here is going to be even stronger just because we'll obviously have an even bigger attendance. Yeah, the fan voting here was like 3-1 over everybody else. I mean, even early on, before it should have been clear, you know, there is something in the water here. You guys really need to bottle it. I mean, it was early on, and we would go back and check it like there had to be something wrong, you know. But it has always been out in front, Omaha, in terms of fan participation. They picked the game the first week that we put where should the game be played, and it stayed in front the entire time. So that had a big impact on it in terms of our decision. And we really made the decision before it was clear that they were going to be 3-1 and in first place, you know. So I'm glad that they are, but you know, we had to make that with the mindset that there was a chance that they would not be in the game. We asked for volunteers to participate, so you can help not only with the activities going on during the game, you can help in some of the charitable activities. Through the host committee, you're going to see a whole list of volunteers that I assure you we need that can help during the week. And there are a number of ways that you can help for those activities. So very soon after this, in fact, starting Monday, our staff comes into Omaha. We'll be here until the game, starting to put those preparations. So you should see something on the website pretty soon locally. And I appreciate you asking because we do need a lot of help. Well, I can tell you we're spending a lot of time on that. And, you know, we never thought it was going to be as close as, we still think 5-3 is probably going to be the record that gets the teams in. So we have muddled over a lot with the fans. Now, some of the fans said, who has the best looking cheerleaders? You know, it wasn't exactly criteria that we could probably use, although, you know, so we've had to go back. About half of them have been, you know, serious. The other half have been some of those type of things. But we're weighing that. And Larry Upson, who chairs our supervisor of officials, is deciding. We're spending a lot of time. We're not clear yet, but, you know, we don't have divisions, so that makes it tough. But points is going to have something to do with it. And so I think if you start watching, obviously head-to-head always governs, but points is going to be one of the key things that we're going to look at. So as you start to look at the games, teams, even if they're beating a team from behind, are going to start trying to score a lot of points in those games. So don't think that they're just being ruthless. They understand in the tiebreaker rule, points, total points, is going to have a big impact on the tiebreaker rule. So running up the score is going to be the cause célèbre now in these games if they can. Yes. I'm from Florida, so you know, I'm wearing a sweater today, and it's like 50. But no, you know, we looked at it, but it was really the right place to pick. And you know, when you think about football, you know, you play football outdoors, so it was the right place to choose. That was what everybody else said, though, that was competing against you. Well, we're going to press that, because we may even put a few additional stands up. We haven't gotten clear yet, but we're trying to set a new record here for attendance for this game, and I'm very optimistic that we're going to do that. So very insightful for the young man, but that's exactly right. Our goal is to make this last event here the biggest that's ever been played from a fan standpoint, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to do that.